तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद। जी आपने कुछ फरमाया? आमीन 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 आमीन। थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी वंस अगेन। तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद, तौफीक, ताहीद, हिम्मत व यारी, तौफीक, ताहीद, हिम्मत व यारी, या मौलाए मेहरबान, या मौलाए मेहरबान। आज फिर हम आपके हुजूर में आपके इल्मी काम के लिए हाजिर हुए हैं। मौला या मौलाए मेहरबान, हमको तौफीक, ताईद, हिम्मत व यारी इनायत फरमा। या मौलाए मेहरबान, वी फील वीक, फेबो, कमज़ोर और बीमार। या मौला अगर तेरी तौफीक रही, तेरी मेहरबानी रही, तेरी शफ़क़त रही, तेरे खाना वदान रहे, तेरी रहमत रही मौला, तेरी रहमत का हाथ हमारे पर रहा मौला, तो ही हम कोई इल्म का काम कर सकेंगे मौला, वरना तू जानता है मौला हम कितने गरीब हैं इस मामले में। या मौलाए मेहरबान, प्लीज़ प्लीज़ हेल्प, हैव योर हैंड ऑन आवर शोल्डर so we can move forward, so we can be on this Sirat al-Mustaqim, so we can do some ilmi work, Mawla. Without your help, we will not be able to do anything, Mawla. Tawfiq, Ta'id, Himmat wa Yari, Mawla. Tawfiq, Ta'id, Himmat wa Yari, Mawla. आज हम वहीं से उसका आगाज़ करते हैं जहाँ पर हमने अपने फरमान को स्टॉप किया था। But I'd like to take this opportunity to explain the very last line जिसमें मौला फरमाते हैं कि आप अपने आप को पाकीज़ा करो। और पाकीज़ा कैसा? हाथ से, पाँव से, आँखों से, कानों से। Where Imam says you must purify yourself, your hands, your feet, your ears, your eyes. यहाँ पर जो अल्फाज है पाकीज़गी का, ताहरत, purification. As we all know, there are two kinds of purification at least. The purification of body and purification of heart. We are not even going to touch the purification of intellect, but let's just take Zahiri and Batini. Purification of the body and purification of heart. Within the heart, यानी कि हमारे जो बातिन की सफाई है उसके अंदर तमाम चीज़ें आ जाती हैं। The purification or the taharat of the heart, which is the batini, inner purification, उसका ताल्लुक हमारे ईमान पर है और हमारी दोस्ती पर है. Let me explain. The purification depends on our inner purification, iman, and our friendship. Whose friendship? हमारे 7 pillars में से, the 7 pillars of Islam, the 7 pillars on which our Ismaili tariqa stands. If you take the first 2 pillars, the wilayat and the taharat, आपने देखा कि हमारे 7 मजबूत पिलर के जो 2 बुनियादी पिलर है, the wilayat and the taharat. Without the wilayat, without the friendship of Ali and Ali Zaman, Imam Zaman alayhi wasalam, taharat is not possible. इमाम की दोस्ती के बगैर ताहरत, पाकिज़गी, purification of the inner self, ज़ाहिरी जिस्मानी पाकिज़गी के लिए इमाम की दोस्ती की ज़रूरत नहीं है. One does not require the walayat or the friendship of the imam for the physical body, but for the inner purification. So our tariqa, the foundation, the pillars, sits on walayat, and through walayat, purification, taharat. In Quran, in Surah 33, and ayat number is also 33, Allah talks about the purification of household of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Pashtun-e-Pak, and he says that I want to purify you. I want to purify you in such a way that no one has been purified. क्या फरमाया? खुदावंद ताला फरमाते हैं कि आपको मैं पाकीज़ा करना चाहता हूं. किसको? पश्तन-ए-पाक को, मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के घर वालों को. मैं ऐसा पाकीज़ा करना चाहता हूं कि जैसा मैंने किसी को भी पाकीज़ा नहीं किया है. क्यों? Why does Allah say I wanted to purify you in such a way कि मैंने किसी को पाकीज़ा नहीं किया ऐसा? Because of their friendship to the Prophet of the time, for the Noor of the time, for the Hadi of the time. The connection between the purification and the friendship to the Hadi-e-Zaman, Ali-e-Zaman, Imam-e-Zaman. We see, my friends, that inner purification, that Imam is giving us this Farman. This purification has to do with the conditional love and friendship for the Imam-e-Zaman. And through his friendship, through his love, a mu'min can purify his hands, his feet, his eyes, his ears, his heart, and we are talking about inner, batini purification, जिसका दारो मदार इमाम के ऊपर है. I could not just leave and talk about the Farman and purification without having a complete understanding on how to. हम कैसे करें कि हम खाली फरमान पढ़ते चले जाएं और उसको समझ ना पाए कि किस तरह से ये पाकीज़गी हमारे अंदर आती है. तो यहाँ पर आपने इस बात को अच्छी तरह से समझ लिया कि ये पाकीज़गी का ताल्लुक इमाम की दोस्ती और मोहब्बत के ऊपर रखा गया है. तो अब हम आगे चलते हैं. जिस इंसान की ज़बान, हाथ और पैर पाक नहीं, उसके लिए बहुत मुश्किल है. Those whose hands, feet, eyes are not pure, there is a hurdles. ज़बान पाक रखने का मतलब यह है कि किसी भी वक्त किसी मोमिन या दूसरों की गिबत या बदगोई नहीं करनी चाहिए. What does it mean? To keep your tongue pure, do not gossip of the other मोमिनीन or anyone. यहाँ पर दो अल्फाज मौला ने यूज किए, किसी मोमिन के, दीन भाई के या दूसरों की गिला गिबत ना करें आप. And we had talked about what about if it's true. एंड मौला यहाँ पर एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, इस तरह तुम्हारी ज़बान पाक रखो. अगर कभी किसी मोमिन में किसी किस्म का ऐब नज़र आए तो इसका फैसला करके अपनी ज़बान से उसके ऐब को ज़ाहिर ना करना. किसी भी शख्स या मोमिन का फैसला करना तुम्हारा काम नहीं. इवन इफ यू सी शॉर्टकमिंग इन अदर्स, it is not upon you to judge and make a judgment and start talking about that person. Mullah says it is not on you to do that. It is not on you to do that. Because judgment is in the hand of Allah, not on us. खुदावंद ताला भी इंसानों के ऐब पर पर्दा डालता है. Allah keeps well on our shortcoming, and God knows we all have defects, shortcomings, खराबियां हम में भी है. हम अगर इमाम हमारे गुनाहों पर, हमारी खराबियों पर, हमारी कमियों पर पर्दा रखता है, हमको भी यही करना चाहिए. हमको भी यही करना चाहिए. खुदावंद ताला ऐब पर पर्दा डालता है, तो तुम्हें भी अपनी ज़बान से किसी का ऐब जाहिर नहीं करना चाहिए. इस तरह अपनी ज़बान पाक रखो, अपने हाथ को खराब काम करने से रोको, इस तरह तुम्हें हर एक काम में पाक होना चाहिए. So stop yourself from bad deeds and you should be mindful of all of the bad deeds, regardless of your eyes, your tongue, your ears, your hand or your feet. In all matter we should be mindful. Imam further says, अपने बच्चों को बचपन से अच्छे काम करने की आदत डालनी चाहिए. इस तरह के घोड़सवार जब घोड़े पर सवार होता है उस वक्त लगाम हाथ में रखता है. Imam is giving us an example of a horse rider. How does he keep the लगाम को इंग्लिश में क्या कहा है यहाँ पर? जो उसकी लगाम होती है उसको अपने हाथ में रखें.
Yes, sir. I think it says he keeps the reins in his hand.
Rein, yes, thank you. Keep the rein in his hand. So which horse we should keep a rein in our hand? कौन से घोड़े की लगाम को अपने हाथ में रखना चाहिए? अपने नफ्से अमारा की. Keep the rein of your carnal soul in your hand. Do not let your carnal soul ride you, but you should control your carnal soul. यानी कि अपने नफ्से अमारे के ऊपर आपको सवारी करनी है, ना कि नफ्से अमारा आपके ऊपर सवारी करता है. उसकी लगाम आप पर रखनी है, अपने हाथ में रखनी है, ताकि आपका नफ्से अमारा आपको इधर उधर ना ले जाए. Your horse should not take you on the wrong path. You should be riding the horse and controlling his direction. जिस तरफ घोड़े को मोड़ना चाहे उस तरफ मोड़ना. इस तरह इंसान अपनी रूह पर मुख्तार है, लिहाजा जिस रास्ते पर उसे ले जाना चाहे उस रास्ते पे ले जाता है. Just like that, a mu'min, a human should be in control of his nafs-e amara, his carnal soul, and take in the direction he should take him. This is a beautiful example. We should not be following our wants, but we should be controlling our carnal soul. Otherwise, our carnal soul will ride us. हमको वो खराब रास्ते पर ले जाएगा, ख्वाहिशात के पीछे, दुनिया की लालच के पीछे. मौला ने हमको ये बात बच्चों की तरह समझाई है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर मिसाल जो है वो बच्चों की दी गई है. He is teaching us like a small children how to control our carnal soul by giving us the example of the children. How grateful Imam is that he is teaching us in such a manner that it is easy for us to understand how to control our carnal soul, our wants, the greed of the world and the greed of the things around us, which is our want and more want. Because these wants are never finished. When you want one thing and you get it, now you want something else. तुम्हारे दिल को गुनाह के काम से नहीं रोकोगे तो शैतान तुम पर मुख्तार हो जाएगा. If you do not control yourself, your carnal soul, then shaitan, he will ride you and he will deviate you. अगर आप अपने आप को नहीं रोकेंगे गुनाह से तो फिर शैतान आपके ऊपर मुख्तार हो जाएगा और तुम्हारे दिल को गुनाह के काम करने के लिए ललचाएगा. जो अल्फाज यूज किया है यहाँ पर मौला ने, ललचाएगा यानी कि हमको लालच देगा. ग्रीड, दुनिया की वांट एंड ग्रीड के अंदर हमको फंसा देगा. शैतान तुम्हें गुलाम बनाएगा. एंड देन यू विल बी slave to your wants, slave to your carnal soul. We do not want to do that. We should have the control of our carnal soul. Need is not a bad thing. It is a want, because want never ends. Want will take us onto the wrong path. अगर शैतान को अपने दिल में जगह दोगे तो तुम्हारे ऊपर सवार हो जाएगा. If you keep the greed and if you keep the carnal soul and the whisper of the shaitan in your heart, he will ride you, he will control you, and he will deviate you. इमाम क्या फरमा रहे हैं? Be mindful. In short, क्या फरमा रहे हैं मौला? ख्याल करो. Be mindful कि कहीं शैतान आपको ललचा ना दे. Again, मौला is giving second example of our children. अपने बच्चों को बचपन से ऐसी आदत डालो कि वो शैतान के ताबे ना हो और ख़राब काम करने से बाज रहे. जिस इंसान के अमाल बुरे हुए उससे तुम दूर रहना. जिस तरह एक मुसाफिर माल के साथ सफ़र कर रहा हो तो वो चोर से डरता है और चौंकना रहता है. इस तरह तुम्हें भी शैतान से डर कर दूर रहना चाहिए. Second example of the children, of course we are those children. Do not come into the control of the carnal soul. And then Imam gives example as if you are in travel and if you have money, jewelry, valuables, how attentive will you be to ensure no one steals your valuable from you? In life, we have one valuable asset. And what is that? Our iman. जिंदगी में और जिंदगी के सफ़र में हमारे पास एक बहुत ही कीमती चीज़ है. वो क्या है? हमारा ईमान है. हमारा ईमान है. मौला फरमाते हैं अपने ईमान की हिफाजत करना. In the journey of the life, guard your iman. So a thief, shaitan, does not steal that iman from you. We are those musafir, traveler of the life. And shaitan, he is a thief right behind us. What does he want to steal? Our valuables. And what is that? Our iman. आप उसका ख्याल करना, चौंकना रहना. Be alert. Do not let him steal your iman from you, your good deeds from you. Do not let him steal. Be careful of shayateen, of the bad deeds. इंसान के जिस्म में रूह है, उसे जैसी आदत डालोगे वैसी आदत अपनाएगा. जिस तरह इंसान जिस्म की वर्जिश करता है तब वर्जिशी कहलाता है. वो वर्जिशी बनने के लिए बचपन से ही अपने जिस्म को मुख्तलिफ तरीके से तकलीफ देता है, इस तरह रफ्ता रफ्ता वर्जिश करने की आदत डालता है। थर्ड एग्जाम्पल मौला gives, as you do exercise of your body to make your body strong, we should do exercise of our soul and our mind to keep our soul strong from the early age. Keep our soul strong. How do we keep our soul strong? By giving the exercise of tasbiyat, giryawazari, dua, bandagi, good deeds, and all of that is required for our soul as we do for our body to keep our physical body strong. We give the same treatment, same consideration to our soul. ये रूह की जो एक्सरसाइज है उसके अंदर अक्ल की एक्सरसाइज भी शामिल है। When we talk about soul and inner self, we are talking about two levels. The exercise for the soul is ibadat, and exercise for our intellect is ilm, the true knowledge. The word ibadat and word knowledge, I like to explain and ponder on this for a minute little further. पहले उर्दू में और फिर इंग्लिश में, कि जब हम वर्जिश की बात करते हैं तो वर्जिश दो किस्म की है, हमारी रूह की और हमारी अक्ल की। दो किस्म की वर्जिश है। रूह की वर्जिश इबादत और अक्ल की वर्जिश सच्चा इल्म है। The exercise for our soul is our ibadat, and exercise for our intellect is true knowledge. Why are we giving this two example and none other example? In the word ibadat is hidden obedience. In the word ibadat is hidden obedience. इसलिए therefore I use the word ibadat for the exercise of the soul, because in the obedience of the imam all good deeds are included. एक वर्ड के अंदर, in one single word इबादत, obedience is included, तमाम अच्छाइयां उसके अंदर शामिल है। And then I use the word true knowledge for the intellect. Why did I not use just the knowledge ilm? Take the example of a physical exercise. अगर हम जिस्म की वर्जिश की एग्जाम्पल को लेते हैं, अगर आप गलत वर्जिश करोगे तो आपका जिस्म अच्छा नहीं होगा। If you are not correctly using the tools and the exercise for your physical body, your body will react to it. Just like that, for your intellect, you need the correct and the true knowledge. You cannot have the true understanding of your tariqa, your religion, your imam, your faith with information. If you wanted to make your faith strong, what do you need? Correct and true knowledge. बातिनी इल्म और सच्चे इल्म की ज़रूरत है अपने अकूल को और अपनी रूह को मजबूत बनाने के लिए। इंफॉर्मेशन से काम नहीं चलेगा। मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट, इंफॉर्मेशन आपके दिल के अंदर डाउट्स पैदा करेंगे। Too much information will bring doubts into your heart. It is only the true knowledge will purify and makes our heart, our faith, our intellect, and the understanding of our faith strong. I don't think I can emphasize more on this point. Mullah further says, रफ्ता रफ्ता वर्जिश करने की आदत डालें, अपने जिस्म को मुख्तलिफ तरीके से लचक देने की आदत डालने के लिए वो तकलीफ बर्दाश्त करता है। जब उसे अच्छी आदत हो जाती है तब वो निहायत आसानी से वर्जिश कर सकता है। बिला आखिर उसमें इतनी कुव्वत आ जाती है कि वो रुपए के सिक्के के हाथ से टुकड़े टुकड़े कर सकता है। Imam is giving an example that as your habit grows on the exercise of your soul and mind, you will be so strong that you will be able to do anything you want. अपने रूह को और ईमान को और अक्ल को इतना स्ट्रांग बनाओ कि आप कुछ भी फिर कर सकते हो। ये मिसाल है यहाँ पर। तुम्हारी रूह के मुतालिक भी ऐसा ही है। अपनी रूह को भी ऐसी आदत डालो कि हमेशा खूबी के नेक काम करें। Now, Imam is drawing the result of this exercise. कि just like the exercise of your body, if you have a good habit of giving good exercise to your soul and your mind, then your soul and your mind will be strong. And that is the result of giving your soul and mind good exercise. And have a habit of it. Do not do it one time and then forget. But this is a constant act. Exercise एक मर्तबा करके फिर भूल नहीं जाना है. This is not a once a week exercise. This is not once a month exercise. This is a while exercise, but a daily exercise. Be mindful of your iman, of your faith, of your belief, and constantly do the exercise so your soul may be strong and your faith may be strong. And Imam said it is a constant habit that a mu'min adopts. Further, Mola says, इस वक्त तुम्हारा रूह पहलवान की तरह हो जाएगा और फरिश्ते जैसा बन जाएगा. If you do that, your soul will be so strong, it will become like an angel. वो फरिश्ते जैसा बन जाएगा. How? कैसा फरिश्ते जैसा बन जाएगा? क्योंकि आपने अपने फरिश्ते को, अपने रूह को अच्छे काम करने की आदत दी. And again, how will your soul will become like angel? The word is ibadat. What does angels do? Angels has one single function. And what is that? Obedience. Do you see why the word ibadat was used to give this example? Obedience is the only function of angels. If you are obedient, if you are in your ibadat, then you will become like an angel. क्योंकि एंजल का काम यही होता है, फरिश्तों का यही काम होता है कि वो ऑलवेज इत्तेहाद के अंदर रहते हैं, ओबीडियंस के अंदर रहते हैं, इबादत के अंदर रहते हैं. I'm not talking about बंदगी here. I want you to clarify this part. I'm not talking about बंदगी. I'm talking about ibadat. Because in word ibadat is the complete obedience, complete good deeds, complete action of a mu'min. If you have any question about that, please do ask at the end. This is the most important lesson for today. Complete obedience is the lesson for today. The essence of this Farman, this is the essence of this Farman. Complete ibadat, इताहत, obedience. और उसके अंदर आपके तमाम अच्छे काम आ जाते हैं. कौन से काम? जो फरिश्तों के काम है. All your good deeds are included in this. Which good deeds? The good deeds of an angel. Sometimes we wonder why Imam calls us his angels. Due to our obedience, due to our ibadat. जी आगे पढ़ते हैं. इस वक्त तुम्हारी रूह पहलवान हो जाएंगी और फरिश्ते जैसा बन जाएगा. फरिश्ते से भी बुलंद मर्तबे पर पहुंचेगा, उसके बाद तुम खुद माजिज़े कर सकोगे. Now this line is very strong line. Not only you will become like angels, but you will be able to go even above and behind being angels. Ask yourself, you do not have to tell me or anyone else, what is behind and above angels? फरिश्तों से ऊपर का कौन सा मकाम है, उसको सोचें. आप खुद ही अपने लिए सोचें कि फरिश्ते से ऊपर का कौन सा मकाम है. मौला फरमाते हैं कि ऐसे मकाम पर पहुंचोगे जहां पर तुम माजिज़े करने लगोगे. You will reach to such a level where you yourself will be able to do miracles. Do you understand what level that would be? Imam is not holding anything back. He wants you to reach such a level where you will be above and behind angels. How merciful Imam is. How merciful Imam is. Let's read the last paragraph and then we will stop and open the floor for questioning. हम तुम्हें दुआ करते हैं कि तुम अपनी रूह को ऐसी वर्जिश दो कि वो माजिज़ा कर सके. Mullah says, I pray for you that you give your soul such an exercise that you will be strong and will be able to do miracles. और तुम अपनी असलियत को पहुंच जाओ, and you may reach to your asal, your essence. तुम्हारी रूह को नेक काम करने की आदत डालो. Have a habit of doing a good deeds. It's a matter of habit, not a matter of incident. ऐसा नहीं कि इत्तेफाक से हमने अच्छे काम कर लिए, बल्कि आदत से, फितरत से हमें अच्छे काम करने हैं. तुम रूह को जैसी आदत डालोगे वैसी आदत वो अपना लेंगी. Whatever habits you give to yourself, you will adapt to it. The example of a soul is the water. Whichever container you will put the water in, it will take the shape of that container. रूह की मिसाल पानी की है. जैसे बर्तन में डालोगे रूह ऐसी बन जाती है. आपने रूह को अच्छी आदत डाली है, आपकी रूह अच्छे काम करेंगी. आपने रूह की बुरी आदत डाली है, आपकी रूह बुरे काम करेंगी. आप अपनी रूह को अच्छे काम करने की आदत डालें. Give yourself an habit of doing good deeds. Good deeds should not be incidental, but should be as a part of your life, as part of your daily habit. तुम्हारे रूह को पाक करने की आदत डालो. Give yourself a habit of purification, so your soul may be purified. तुम रफ्ता रफ्ता तुम्हारे जिस्म से हैवानात निकाल दो. You will be able to take out the animal acts from yourself. You will be able to remove the animal acts from your soul, from your being. What are the animal acts? Eating, sleeping, talking, and passing your life like an animal, without any thoughts of being one with Imam. जानवर की आदत क्या है? खाना पीना और सोना. अगर यही काम हम करते हैं, so what is the difference between us and animal? One thing that separates us from animal, and what is that? Your intellect, your thoughts, your habits, your good deeds, your ibadat, and your thought of being one with Imam separates you from animal habits. Keep your eye on your habits. If you are only have those habits of the animal and nothing else, then what is the difference between us and animal? Imam said, जिस्म से हैवानात को निकाल दो. Take away the animal habits from yourself. बिला आखिर मर जाने से पहले तुम्हारा रूह फरिश्ता जैसा हो जाएगा. And if you do that, you will become. Imam didn't say maybe. No, he said you will become like an angel in your lifetime. If you can do that. Do what? Separate yourself from the animal act. Be human. आपको जानवर नहीं, इंसान बनना है. इंसान क्या करता है? दो चीजों की हमने बात की, इबादत और इमाम से मिलने का ख्याल. इबादत, complete obedience, and have a will and wish of being one with the Imam. Those things will separate you from animal act. So let me stop here, and inshallah We will continue from here next week, because today's lesson was very important, and I hope that if there is any confusion, any question, please do ask.
Thank you, sir. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Shukran alhamdulillah. So let me see if we have any questions in the. Okay, sir, I don't see any question at this time. So, friends, if you have any question, please unmute your device.
Hello, Aziz bhai.
जी याली मदद.
याली मदद मेरे को पूछना था. I wanted to ask, as you said that ibadat and bangi is not the same thing. Like I know as per your explanation, but is it the same thing as the inner thing that when you say ibadat and bangi, don't you count is at the same like meaning?
No. Remember, we had talked about this in our ibadat bandagi session. Bandagi, the word bandagi, it means gulami, slavery, serving the master. Ibadat means itaat, obedience, following the master. Okay. Our Betul Khiyal Ibadat Bandagi is an action. Okay. So if you are talking about that action that we do between 4 and 5, there is just one part of the Ibadat and one part of Bandagi. It's not in its totality. What is the totality? When I say Ibadat, I'm talking about the totality. When you say Ibadat, you are talking about the action which we perform in 1 hour in the middle of the night. Okay? Ibadat means obedience, complete obedience throughout the day. And obedience includes Farman Bardari, includes good deeds, includes service to the Imam, includes dua, tasbiyat, giryawzari, and 4 o'clock ibadat, and everything else you can think of to serve the master, to obey the master. So the word ibadat is a huge word. Is a huge word, and it encompasses many actions, more than just action of 1 hour at 4 o'clock in the morning. G. So there is a short understanding and there is a broader understanding. That's why I said in this Farman, the one fundamental teaching was, and that was, how do we see things in broader sense? And that is the total obedience. And that is called ibadat. G. Thank you. That was a good question. Because I would not like it if someone who will listen to this ilm and then have an incomplete understanding. So when you ask question, it really helps me, you, and everybody on this line. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for explanation. Very clear explanation. Thank you. More accept your seva.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have one question in the chat. It says, is intellectual purity equal to carnal soul's purity or separate? Because here Mawla is asking to train our soul to do good things, so where our intellect stands. What is the connection of soul and intellect when it comes to doing good deed?
Subhanallah. Very good question. Okay. पहले उर्दू में मैं बयान करता हूँ समझने की आसानी के लिए. हमारी जान हमारी रूह है. हमारी रूह की जान हमारी अक्ल है. This is a very hard concept. सुने दोबारा. हमारी जान हमारी रूह है. हमारी रूह की जान हमारी अक्ल है. In English, the life of our being is our soul, and the life of our soul is our intellect. So your question is, where does intellect stand when it comes to our soul? Your intellect and your soul are one in the sense that this life of your soul is your intellect. It is your intellect which guides. It is your intellect which guides your soul. And it is your soul which guides your body. So when we say the purification of the heart, of the soul, and because your intellect is part of your soul, it purifies your intellect. Now, having this understanding as a lump sum in one, I want to give one more on a vertical line. Now think on a vertical line. Your intellect on top, your soul in the middle, and your body on the bottom. If you purify your intellect, which is on top, it will automatically rain down and purify your soul, and it will rain down and purify your actions, your physical actions. You see, sometime on the same vertical line, your action purifies your soul, and your soul purifies your intellect from bottom to up. And from top to bottom, if you purify your intellect, it rains down on your soul and it rains down on your physical actions. I hope this makes it clear that purifying your soul is purifying your intellect. Purifying your intellect is purifying your soul. One and the same. Very good question. Thank you.
Any questions from the friend? Please unmute your device. So, sir, I have one question in the chat. So, friend is asking, so does that mean that when the soul survives death, the intellect survives death as well?
Yes. This is a really batini inner question. I hope the person who's asking really understood what he is asking, because this is a great question. And let me tell you why do I think it's a great question. Usually and normally, when we think that when we die, our soul leaves our body, we never think of or question what happens to our ilm and our intellect. Am I right in saying this? We don't normally question that. But this question shows that someone is thinking about the intellect. Remember, intellect is the life of your soul. If your soul is always alive, your body will die, but your soul is always alive. How can soul stay alive without its life, which is intellect? आपकी अक्ल आपकी रूह के अंदर है. आपकी रूह जब आपके जिस्म से निकल जाती है, उसके साथ अक्ल भी चले जाती है उसके साथ ही, because it's a part and partial of it. Like I said, it is a hard concept. I agree, it is a hard concept. But simple example is, your body dies, your soul does not die. And the life of your soul is your intellect. So when your soul leaves your body, the ilm and the intellect goes along with your soul. I'll give you one more example how would our soul will learn and do ibadat bandagi in afterward life, in the other life? Because ibadat bandagi and receiving knowledge does not stop with this physical body. It goes with your soul. And if we on the journey of the soul, spiritual journey, continue to receive the knowledge and will continue to do ibadat bandagi, then what would it need? It would need the intellect. Again, this is a huge subject, hard subject, but I hope you understand this with a simple example I was able to present in a short time here. Thank you. Great question. I wanted to thank everyone for sharing the Quranic references quickly with the group, because that's a great way of remembering and learning, to have a good references. Subhanallah. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. And thank you everybody for joining us today, this morning. I know it's very early in the morning, but thank you for joining.
So there's one question. Can you please repeat how one purifies the intellect?
G. Just like, so let's take 3 examples from the bottom up. For your body, you need water to clean and purify your body. For soul, you need ibadat bandagi and girya zari to purify your soul. And for intellect, you need clean, pure, true knowledge to purify your intellect. Just like we do not use dirty water to clean our hand, just like our soul, we use the good names, the tasbiyat and isme azam and other good deeds to purify our soul. Just like that, we need a pure water, the true ilm. True ilm is the way of purifying your intellect. G.
I don't see any questions anymore.
G. Both Nawazish, thank you everybody again. Inshallah, we'll see you this evening. May Mawla Zaman be with you. Both Nawazish, Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad.
Thank you, Yani with Aziz bhai. Very, very nice presentation.
Thank you, Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad. Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad.
Very, very clear.